Get started this morning. Commander May.
Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Will you please join me in welcoming myself. Please remain standing while our colors of our country are posted by the Bloomfield Memorial Post 196, Color Guard of the 7th District. Commander.
Color Guard, Molly. Harris. Color. And a half step.
And salute. Two. Thank you, Memorial Post 196 Color Guard. Very impressive display. Let's give him one more hand. For more than a quarter century, we have opened our conventions with a resolution reminder of those that went to war and never returned. They are prisoners of war and missing in action. It doesn't matter if the prisoners are missing have been gone for decades or for days. It does not matter if they will be returned or if they can only be accounted for. We designate the POW MIA empty chair at all official meetings of the American Legion, as well as the physical symbol of the thousands of American POWs and MIAs still held and accounted for every war in which the Americans had taken up arms. Accordingly, at this time, the Department Vice Commanders will place the POW MIA flag on the empty chair, a reminder for all of us to spare no effort to sacrifice the release of all American prisoners from captivity to repatriate those who died bravely in defense of liberty and demand a full accounting of those missing. Let us rededicate our lives to this vital endeavor. Please place the POWMI flag on the empty chair. Thank you, Pete. Our department chaplain, Norris Kern, will now deliver invocation. Chaplain Kern.
Shall we be in an attitude of prayer? Most gracious and awesome God, we ask your divine blessing upon our gathering for this, our 99th convention. We ask your blessings upon our commander, our officers and staff, and all the Blue Cap Legionnaires gathered here this day, that we might give you glory. We thank you for the summation of the year and the awards that will be presented in this convention for the outstanding work that has been done to further the cause of the American Legion, not only in our nation, but in our state and in our communities. And we pray a blessing upon all those who have worked so hard. May we give you glory this day in all that we do, and we appreciate your blessing upon us, for it is in thy holy name that we pray. Amen.
Please remain uncovered and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please recover, please. Please join me in reciting the Preamble of the American Legion. For God and country, we associate ourselves together for the following purposes: to uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States of America, to maintain law and order, to foster and perpetuate 100% Americanism, to preserve the memories and the incidents of our association in the great wars, to inculcate a sense of inviolable obligation to the community, state, and nation, to combat the hypocrisies of both the classes and masses, to make right the master of might, to promote peace and goodwill on earth, to safeguard and transmit to posterity the principles of justice, freedom, and democracy, to concentrate and sanctify our comradeship to our most helpfulness. And now please welcome to the podium our national anthem singer, Fred Singer. Yes, that's his name. He's an Air Force veteran of Post 173 of Versailles. He also served in 2 tours in Vietnam and became an instructor for separating from the military. We lead our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, Fred, our national anthem. Thank you very much, Mr. Singer. What a great performance. Delegates and alternates to this convention, we distinguished guest visitors and fellow Legionnaires, I now declare the 99th Annual Convention of the American Legion for the Department of Indiana regularly convened. It's my request that all delegates and alternates attend all the scheduled sessions and that the district commanders close the hospitality rooms during the regular scheduled session of the convention. And now, before we get down to the business, it's my privilege to present. I gotta. Well, I guess I could, but I didn't see no wrap in there. It didn't happen. Oh, all right. We'll now have the Marriott East General Manager, Mr. Mike Rodden, for some kind words. Mike, please. Thank you. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. On behalf of our entire staff at the hotel, it's my honor to welcome you back for your 99th convention and to just let you know how excited we are once again to have you here. We're thankful for this beautiful weekend that you're going to be able to enjoy here, and we're thankful that all of us get to enjoy this beautiful Indiana summer weekend because of all the sacrifices that you've made for us. So thank you for that. We're here to make it a great weekend for you, and we look forward to next year, especially in the 100th convention. But have a wonderful time. Our staff is here for anything you need. Debbie has been working with the leadership of the group to make sure it's even better than any past year. And I know you're going to have a great weekend, but if there's anything that we need special for any of you, just let us know and we'll be there to take care of it. Thank you very much. During all of the past meetings, we have had the privilege of working with Hugh, and that time is coming to an end. But our whole staff wanted to recognize and thank him. I can tell you, we love working with him, but he fights for everything for this group to make sure everything's perfect. He is very specific in everything he gives us in terms of instructions, and we love his professionalism, and we will dearly miss him, and our whole staff will. So, Hugh, we just wanted to wish you the best, and thank you for all you've done with us.
Thank you, Mike.
This is from our whole staff. A lot of money to give you. Have a great weekend. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We're very happy to be here once again. I'd like to introduce a representative from the Indianapolis Regional Office. Please welcome from the Indianapolis Regional Office Director Mike Stevens to the platform. Mike.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Folks, on behalf of the almost 550 employees that make up our Indianapolis VA Regional Office, the part of VA that administers federal veterans benefits such as GI Bill and compensation, education, voc rehab benefits. That's the part that we work for. I extend greetings. Also want to thank you for the privilege of being here to acknowledge and visit with everybody here at your 99th convention. Also, thank you for your service. Thank you for what you do in the American Legion, and thank you for what you stand for. Folks, the big news in VA, we have I think I can still say a new VA secretary, Dr. David Shulkin. He was the only cabinet member that was voted in unanimously as part of our new president's cabinet. And I was really happy to see that. Dr. Shulkin was a part of the prior administration as our Undersecretary for Health. And having him at the helm allows us to maintain some of the momentum and that we developed over Under Secretary Bob McDonald's time, and allows us to in fact provide continuity between the two administrations. Dr. Shulkin has announced what his top 5 priorities are, and I'm going to go ahead and hit each one of those briefly here. Number 1, he believes there should be greater choice for veterans. It's important that we build a very high-performing, integrated network of care. Also, empower our veterans through transparency of information. As you should be able to tell how your medical center, how your regional office is rated or evaluated. Number 2, to modernize our system, and what we're talking about here are electronic medical records. There was a time where VA had, the cutting edge on electronic medical records, but the private sector now surpasses us, and it's time that we catch that up. Very much a priority under our secretary. It's important that we focus our resources more efficiently. You've probably seen in the news that VA carries hundreds and hundreds of buildings and space that we maintain, but is really not being used operationally. So that's an expense and resources that we could be better focusing on direct care to our veterans. It's important that we maintain collaboration with Department of Defense, and also you might see that there's been some recent legislation on VA accountability in terms of our employees, which will allow us to be agile and make sure that the right folks are working for our veterans. Finally, or not quite finally, but it's important we improve the timeliness of our services. So folks, again, I work for VBA. In a VHA context, what we're talking about is access to care. We want veterans to be able to be seen very on or very close to the date that they would like to be seen for care. Number two, and for the part of VA that I work for, rating claims. When a veteran files a claim for compensation, whether it's right or not, and how fast we do it, I believe, are the two things that are most important to our veterans. We're very focused on that. Right now, folks waiting on their disability claims are waiting on average about 97 days. About 4 or 5 years ago, folks, that was almost 400 days. So we've been able to really get that into check. What I will tell you is we've yet to get a rope around and catch up our appellate workload. That really is one of the secretaries and one of my top priorities, the top priority going into this year. That said, we lack resources, and we need a more streamlined process. It's a very outdated, clunky process that takes a lot of resources and time. So we will be continuing to partner with Congress to the best we can. It's important as a nation that we do a better job in answering our veterans who are not happy with their disability decisions. Right now, on average, that takes about 3 years if a veteran's case doesn't go to the Board of Veterans Appeals, and 5 years if it does. If we as a nation don't do anything, those numbers will double in 10 years. So it's very, very important that we work together, our government, for our veterans. Finally, suicide prevention. Folks, we lose 20 to 22 veterans a day to suicide. And absolutely one of our priorities as an agency to intervene and do what we can do to get that number to 0 if we can. I know that's a lofty goal, but we'll come as close as we can. Finally, folks, again, I mentioned that we've got about 550 employees. Between 7 and 8 out of 10 are veterans themselves, and I can tell you they're very proud of our mission, and it's a sacred mission, and that is to take care of our nation's veterans and their families. So everybody, again, thank you very much for the opportunity to be here. The American Legion is a very strong, proud organization. We work very closely with your staff at the regional office, very outstanding people. So anyway, thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Thanks for coming again. Thanks for the greetings, Mike. And Mike, we certainly want to thank the folks over at the VA regional office for their hard work that they do for their Hoosier veterans. Our next guest, you may be familiar with as the leader of the Indianapolis. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Indianapolis Mayor Joe Hoskin. Joe.
Commander, how are you? How are things in Bloomington?
Great.
Thank you all. Thank you. Well, good afternoon and welcome. As the commanders indicate, my name is Joe Hogsett, and I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana. Now, that is true, but it's not entirely true. I was born and raised in Rushville, Indiana. Post 150. I'm a proud grandson of the American Legion, George Yates Hogsett. My grandfather was Army. And he fought in World War I. And he called that the Great War. I'm the son of American Legion. Richard Haddon Hogsett, my father. He was Navy. My grandfather and father always argued about that.
There we go.
My father fought in the South Pacific in World War II, and he called that the big one. So it's an honor to be with you, for Indianapolis to host all of you on this 99th anniversary, the annual 99th Annual State Convention. It's a stirring occasion for this place, this side of our city, with so many men, so many women who have dedicated their lives to serving our country. And to this day, I know the American Legion and you as members remain committed to making a difference in your communities. And that's why we're honored to host you here in Indianapolis, because we share that mission of improving our community. So if you're from elsewhere in the state, I encourage you to explore all that Indianapolis has to offer, including our American Legion Mall. I'm sure you've all been there. Go there again. Spend a lot of money while you're here, because we do have so much to offer here in Indianapolis. I want to do everything we can to ensure this convention is the best that you've had, and as we look forward to next year's 100th annual. For all that you do, I thank you, and I simply leave you with my blessing that I ask our God to bestow. May God forever bless you and your families. May God forever bless this state and our communities. And may God forever bless the United States of America.
Thank you, Commander. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for taking your time out of this busy schedule that you have today, Mayor Hogsett. Up next will be a video message from Senator Joe Donnelly. But first is his staff projects coordinator, Jordan Isaacs, for a brief update. Jordan.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jordan Isaacs, and I'm here representing U.S. Senator Joe Donnelly's office today. I want to thank you all for the opportunity to attend, but I specifically want to thank Commander May, all of our past and present leadership here. Unfortunately, Senator Donnelly was unable to attend today, but he asked me to thank you all for your service and your sacrifice to this country, as well as your continued service in our communities throughout this state. Since Joe was not able to attend here today, he pre-recorded a video message, and he wanted to share an update on some of the legislation he's working on. So if it's ready, we'll go ahead and play it.
Hello, I'm Senator Joe Donnelly. I'm sorry I can't be with you today in Indianapolis for the 99th Annual Convention. I want to take a moment to thank everyone at the American Legion Department of Indiana for all you do for our veterans, service members, and their families. I also want to recognize our post-9/11 veterans who will be working for the American Legion Department of Indiana administration. Throughout my time in the Senate, and as a member of the Senate Armed Services Committee, I've been focused on improving mental health care services for our nation's troops and veterans. With support from the American Legion and others, I've had 4 bipartisan mental health and suicide provision bills signed into law in the past 4 years, including the Jacob Sexton Military Suicide Prevention Act, which for the first time requires annual mental health assessments for all service members and will be fully implemented by the end of this year. Despite all the challenges in Washington these days, these efforts prove we can make a difference if we work together. Veterans in Indiana and across our country deserve a VA that's responsive, efficient, and accountable. That's why I was proud to support the Bipartisan VA Accountability and Whistleblower Protection Act, which the President recently signed into law. The bill will help hold bad actors at the VA responsible while protecting whistleblowers and the vast majority of VA employees, many of whom are veterans themselves, who work day in and day out to provide our veterans with the best care and support possible. If we are going to improve services for our veterans, we need the right mix of reform and resources. That's why I'll continue to fight for funding the VA needs to give you the benefits you've earned. That includes the Individual Unemployability Program, which the administration's budget proposes terminating. After hearing from many Hoosier veterans, I shared those concerns with VA Secretary Shulkin. I was pleased to hear back from the VA Secretary that he won't support moving forward with the cuts that would harm our disabled veterans. It's up to Congress to consider a budget, and I'm committed to working with my colleagues in the VA to ensure we keep our promises to Hoosier and American veterans. Finally, despite the wonderful support for our troops in more recent wars, too many of our vets know what it's like to come home from battle without the recognition and gratitude you deserve after all you've sacrificed. That's a real priority for me. This year I worked with my colleague, Republican Senator Pat Toomey of Pennsylvania, to introduce and pass legislation to permanently designate March 29th as National Vietnam War Veterans Day. That bill was signed into law by President Trump earlier this year. We should have a day each year to specifically honor the men and women who served in Vietnam and then had to come back and fight for their own individual battles at home. My good friend Senator John Bozeman and I worked together for several years to pass legislation authorizing the establishment of a National Desert Storm War Memorial in a prominent location near the other war memorials in Washington. That bill was also signed into law by the President. And now I'm working on a similar effort with my colleague Joni Ernst from Iowa to authorize a memorial for those who have fought and continue to fight in the global war on terrorism. Thanks to all of you at the American Legion for playing a key role in serving our veterans, their families, and communities across Indiana. I'm honored to have the opportunity to fight together with you for our nation's vets, for our service members, and for their families. And I look forward to continuing our strong partnership. Thanks for your service. God bless you. God bless Indiana. And God bless America.
Thank you and enjoy your weekend. Thank you so much.
Thanks to Senator Donnelly and his great team of staff. Jordan, thank you for being here today and lead us into the video. It's always a pleasure to hear from you and Senator Donnelly and all of our leaders who represent us on Capitol Hill. At this time, the next video message was sent in by a very busy Navy veteran and Legionnaire of Post 510. Since he took over the job in January, Governor of Indiana, Eric Holcomb. I'd like to personally thank the governor for his support. I think we're supposed to see the video.
Greetings, fellow American Legion members. Welcome to Indianapolis for your 99th Annual State Convention. I'm saddened that I could not be with you today, but I wanted to extend my thanks and the gratitude of our entire state for your service in our military and for the sacrifices you've made to protect our freedoms. And I know your commitment to service hasn't ended with the conclusion of your military service. Many of you continue to serve by supporting fellow veterans and giving back in so many meaningful ways in communities throughout our state. Indiana owes a great deal to our men and women who currently serve or who have served in our armed forces. When our nation is called, few states have answered in the way Indiana has, with more men and women per capita putting on a uniform to defend our freedom than any other state in the nation. That's one reason why we're so proud to be home to the national headquarters of the American Legion, and why it's a true honor for me to welcome you to your state convention. So thanks again for all you continue to do to serve our communities. Indiana wouldn't be where it is today without you. Enjoy your convention.
I'd like to personally thank the Governor for his support to our service organization, supporting and recognizing our key contributions to the state and nation as a whole through our service to our community, state, and nation. We've worked very hard as an organization over the last year in supporting some of the really meaningful programs to combat issues that our veterans currently face. We have taken so many huge steps as a department at our state level in 2017. The American Legion Department of Indiana was very helping changing lives in a positive way over the last year. I now call to the podium Adjutant Bagley.
All righty, thank you, Mr. Commander. It's time for the call of the convention. I have issued the following call for the 99th Annual Department Convention in accordance with the requirements of the Department Constitution. And the action of the Department Executive Committee. The 99th Annual Convention of the American Legion Department of Indiana will be held in Indianapolis, Indiana, July 14th and 15th, 2017. The convention is called for the purpose of electing department officers for the ensuing year, amending the department constitution and bylaws if necessary, and transacting other such business as may be brought before the convention. District commanders for 2017-18 and delegates to the 2017 National Convention must be elected by the duly accredited state convention delegates at least 15 days prior to the state convention. This date was June 29th, 2017. Representation at the department convention shall be by post. Each post shall be entitled to elect one delegate and one alternate for the first 10 members, 2 delegates and 2 alternates for 51 members, 3 delegates and 3 alternates for 151 members, 4 delegates and 4 alternates for 251 members, and 1 delegate and 1 alternate for each additional 100 members whose department and national dues have been paid as shown on the books of the department adjutant by 2 p.m. June 13th, 2017. A delegate is a member of a post who has been elected by the post and certified by the department adjutant 15 days prior to the convening of the convention. Each post's maximum number of votes shall be equal to the number of delegates to which it is entitled. However, the post may cast only the number of votes equal to the number of delegates who are properly certified to the department adjutant. Such certification must be received in department headquarters by 4:30 p.m. June 13th, 2017. A post to be recognized as a post shall have 10 members whose dues have been paid to department headquarters. The 99th Annual Department Convention will be conducted in accordance with the rules and permanent organization approved by the Department Executive Committee in regular session assembled, and as may be amended by vote of the delegates at the convention. Mr. Commander, that completes the call of the convention.
Thank you, Hugh. I now call upon our Judge Advocate, Joseph T. Bumbleberg, for a report on the rules and credentials.
Thank you, Commander. As the Adjutant just advised you, the rules of the 99th Annual Department Convention are printed in your convention book. The rules were approved by the DEC in regular session assembled April 9th, 2017, and are recommended by the committee for adoption at this convention. Mr. Commander, as a duly elected delegate to this convention, I move that these rules be approved as they appear in the program.
I got a motion on the floor. Do I have a second?
There was a second.
Okay, I have a second. Any further business to be stated on it? If not, signify by aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried.
The credentials report is as follows. This report is as of July 8th, 2017. Total number of posts in Indiana, 370. Number of posts certifying delegates, 199. Number of posts not certifying delegates, 171. Number of certified posts, 283. Number of posts not certified, 87. The posts that were not certified as of July 8, 2017 are by district as follows. First district, post 20, 78, 270, 428, 430. Second district, 60, 146, 170, 258, 260, 406, and 415. Third district, 21, 37, 130, 136, 303, 307, 385, and 472. In the fourth district, 43, 47, 110, 157, 240, 241, 377, and 423. In the fifth district, 7, 15, 87, 95, 117, 138, 177, 212, 342, 439, 469, 483, 555, and 608. In the 6th district, 58, 67, 118, 198, 201, 208, 218, 302, 323, 341, 395, and 501. The 7th district, 25, 51, 141, 224, 225, 230, 245, 256, 285, 398, 479, and 480. In the 8th district, 84, 142, 278, 332, 343, 370. In the 9th district, 9, 13, 33, 193, 5, 203, 235, and 452. And when I made this part of the report this morning at the Department Executive Committee, there was some acclamation granted. In the 10th district, none. And in the 11th district, 26, 34, 64, 220, 264, 300, 311, and 355. That would constitute, Mr. Commander and delegates, the report on credentials. And after having given that report, Mr. Commander, I, as a delegate to this convention, would move that all late certified delegates be allowed to register as approved by the Department Executive Committee.
Do I have a second to the motion?
Second here. There was a second here.
Okay. Any discussion? All those in favor, aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you, Judge. Sergeant at Arms, you'll be allowed now to any certified delegates and alternates to enter the room that have come now. Please keep in mind that not only are all convention sessions in this room non-smoking, but also that non-smoking is not allowed anywhere inside the Marriott, and that includes the courtyard. As a courtesy to your fellow Legionnaires and other Legion family members who do not smoke, please do so only outside in the areas designated as smoking areas, and discard your cigarettes and trash. Again, please do not smoke in the courtyard. And as a final thought, I'd like to remind you of the Legion's long-standing reputation for fairness and nonpartisanship in matters of public policy and politics. We have a tradition of welcoming, hearing, and considering conflicting views. And that is only natural because we ourselves are as deserve as a nation of itself. I know that you will approach differing viewpoints expressed herein with an open mind and treat all of our distinguished visitors with kindness and courtesy they have come to expect from the American Legion. Next, it's only right that we recognize a group of distinguished Legionnaires to whom we owe great gratitude. The men that have led the Department of American Legion through the years. Accordingly, I wish to recognize the living past department commanders. I ask them to stand as their names are called. Please hold your applause until they're recognized. Please welcome Robert C. Ayers, elected from Post 12 from 1969 to 1970. H. Melvin Napier, elected from Post 122 from 1978 to 79. Alvin O. Werner, elected from Post 464 from 1986 to 1987. Larry E. Barnett, elected from Post 180 from 1987 to 88. Donald R. Kahn, elected from Post 297 from 1989 to 1990. Jim Couch, elected from Post 98 from 1991 to 1992. Thomas Henderson, elected from Post 94 from 1995 to 96. John J. Mahowski, elected from Post 297 from 2001 to. Jim Delaney, elected from Post 113 from 2006 to 2007. Tom Somerville, elected from Post 168 from 2007 to 2008. Ralph Tolan, elected from Post 500 from 2008 to 2009. Robert Newman, elected from Post 178 from 2009 to 10. Richard Jewell, elected from Post 122 from 2012 to 2013. Okay. Terry Smith, elected, I apologize there. Terry Smith, elected from Post 98 from 1991 to 92. Ed Trice, elected from Post 313 from 2013 to 2014. Kenny Hilton, elected from Post 464 from 2014 to 2015. Larry Lowry, elected from Post 418 from 2015 to 2016. I wish to express the thanks of the Legionnaires across the Department of Indiana for what you post commanders have contributed and for what you still do to contribute to the American Legion and for being with us today. Please be seated. Let's give them all a hand. We want to bring to your attention those past department commanders who have entered the roles of the post everlasting since our last convention. Those leaders who will be truly missed are as follows. Leland Baxter, Department Commander 2010 to 11, and Gerald L. Bowl, Department Commander 1983 to 1984. Let's pause momentarily in a moment of silence. At this time, we'd like you to remain in the attitude of remembrance for one of those distinguished Legionnaires who passed away over the last year, Leland O. Baxter. The National Executive Committeeman has issued a memorial resolution in honor, and we ask his widow, Joan Baxter, to please come forward for the presentation of the resolution certificate. Adjutant Bagley, please read the citation while I present the certificate.
It's right here. She's here. Right there. I believe Joan is making her way to the platform at this time. Well, I have it on good authority that Mrs. Baxter is not here. We had hoped to be able to present on behalf of the Executive Committee the resolution, a memorial resolution, which was prepared by that body, the National Executive Committee. And nevertheless, I will read so that you know the honor which was accorded to Commander Baxter. The certificate reads, whereas it has pleased Almighty God, the great commander, to summon to his immortal legions our beloved comrade, Leland O. Baxter, Department Commander 1994 to 95, Department Vice Commander, 94 to 1995, Department Commander 2010-2011. And whereas we humbly bow to the will of divine providence, while ever cherishing in our hearts the memory of his distinguished service to our country and his outstanding contributions to American Legion comradeship, now therefore be it resolved that the National Executive Committee of the American Legion in regular meeting assembled this 10th day of May in the year of our Lord 2017 does mourn the passing of our distinguished Legionnaire Leland O. Baxter, and that we commend to all men his works and to God his spirit, and be it further resolved that in token of our common grief, a copy of this resolution be presented to his family. And I believe it would be appropriate for a representative from the 8th District to come forward to accept this resolution and present it in an appropriate time. Good. Commander Couts, please come up and accept this for your good friend Leland. And I'm sure the district will want to make an appropriate presentation at some time.
We'll always remember Commander Baxter for his contributions to this organization, our state, and our nation. At this time, I'd like to call Adjutant Bagley to the podium for announcement of special presentation. Adjutant Bagley.
I should have just stood here. I have the privilege of presenting two awards. They're not exactly awards, they're recognition, but first of all, I would like to present, and I appreciate the opportunity to do this myself, a special emeritus resolution for a great Legionnaire who served for many years as our national treasurer, then picked up a real job as Department Finance Chairman. Weber LaGrange, this is an opportunity for me to boss you around. Come on down here. This is the first time he's ever done anything I've asked him to do. Down there. Look, this is our show, not yours. You're the Finance Committee Chairman. We're going to give you a small token. Gee, you see, this is what I have had to put up. I rely on you for guidance. Weber, do we have the plaque here? Commander, can you grab the plaque there? Weber, you've taken this organization to new heights. And in your honor, we are forever indebted to your service to the department. So please accept this plaque outlining your perpetual status, and know that your knowledge and input are always welcome. I would like to read the resolving clauses of the resolution. Resolved by the department. No, I wouldn't either. I want the whole darn thing. Just give it to me. They didn't have the whole thing in the script, but I think there's something in here that you all need to understand. Whereas the current chairman of the Department Finance Committee has decided to end his service as chairman by declining reappointment to the position. Whereas the current chairman of the Department Finance Committee has more than 42 years' experience in the management of American Legion financial resources, including 25 years as National Treasurer of the American Legion and 17 years as chairman of the Department Finance Committee. And whereas during his service to the Department of Indiana, the current chairman provided guidance, expertise, and oversight of financial resources in such areas as restructuring the investment portfolio, rehabilitating the department financial management system, funding the headquarters purchase project, and assuring balanced operating budgets each year. And whereas the members of the Department Finance Committee wish to avail themselves of the current chairman's wisdom and experience from time to time, now therefore let it be resolved by the Department Executive Committee in regular meeting assembled Sunday, April the 9th, 2017 at Indianapolis, Indiana, that Weber LaGrange, current chairman of the Department Finance Committee, be and is hereby named Chairman Emeritus of the Department Finance Committee, and be it further resolved that by virtue of his status as Chairman Emeritus of the Department Finance Committee, he be reimbursed for usual and customary expenses incurred from time to time at the request of the committee, and be it finally resolved that as an expression of the Department of Indiana's gratitude for his many years of service, this resolution be reproduced in suitable commemorative form and presented to Weber LaGrange for appropriate display. This is signed for the chairman of the Finance Committee by W.D. Hansel, Vice Chairman, Hubert Rice Dagley II, Secretary of the Department Finance Committee, James B. May, Commander, Chairman of the Department Executive Committee, and the aforenamed Dagley as Secretary of the Department Executive Committee. I hope that you will join me in a round of applause and a display of appreciation for what this man has done. Say so.
This pretty much says it all. Legionnaires, I served you well.
You've just experienced his characteristic humbleness. I also have a presentation that I've been asked to make. I didn't expect to make this one, but it doesn't matter. I've never in my life been a loss for words, so we're good. We're good. It was brought in just a few minutes ago, just actually right after the video from the governor, a special presentation of the Distinguished Hoosier Award to be made to, guess who? The Department Commander of the American Legion, James B. May. And here it is, and Commander, it's well deserved.
Thank you very much, Hugh. I know we have a few more important announcements and introductions to make, so let's go ahead and do that now.
I'm back. There are some announcements that I think are important, but I'd like to hold most of them until tomorrow when we have more of our comrades in attendance. But for now, let's notice that the USS Indiana, a nuclear submarine, was christened in April at the shipyards where it was constructed. There is a replica of the USS Indiana, the Navy's newest and most technologically advanced Virginia-class nuclear fast-attack submarine, in the parking lot. The USS Indiana is the third of her namesake, and her crew needs the support of the Hoosier community. although the vehicle, or the submarine, I'm an Army guy, the submarine was christened, it has not been commissioned, and there is never a guarantee that a ship's going to be commissioned. We need to lend our support, and to cause that to go forward, let's take a look at a short video.
I christen thee United States ship Indiana. May God bless this submarine and all who sail in her.
You can support the crew of the USS Indiana by becoming an honorary plank owner. Visit the display outside in the east parking lot and you'll learn more about how you can do that. The second announcement is that the Publishing Concepts Yearbook, one of my best ideas, is coming to a close. If you are interested in the book or any of the items associated with it, go to www.indianalegion.org/yearbook, and there will be instructions on how you can take advantage of this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. That's all sarcasm, by the way. This project didn't work out all as well. You know, they can't all be winners, right? Right. All righty. Will has suggested to me that the Children's Education and Welfare Committee is scheduled to reconvene immediately following the DEC meeting Saturday, tomorrow. Is that correct?
Yes.
The problem with that is the Department Executive Committee meets immediately following the close, so I suggest they find another time. Thank you. Normally we don't conduct our business here in front of all of you, but things got out of control right here. Moving right along. I can always rely on Commander Couts. Moving right along. Last announcement, our email extensions for department staff are changing. We now have the extension endlegion.org. All of those email addresses will be changed to indianalegion.org. This should make it easier for you when someone is trying to explain the email addresses. And the old extensions we will have on forwarding. They will have on forwarding for a short while, but make a note of that. We'll repeat the announcement. Anyone who emails to the indianalegion.org for the next couple of weeks, those emails will be forwarded. After that, it won't happen anymore. And because no one trusts me to do it, I have huge reminder to do the drawing for the first prize. I usually forget that. So, who's helping? All righty. These tickets were in your packets when you registered. The number of the winning ticket for the first $50 award is 755031. 755031. One more time, 755031. Okay, because it wasn't claimed, it'll go back in case they show up the next time. 754592. 5. You read it, maybe I'm on 754595. One more time, 754595. 754916. 754916. $50 must be pretty easy to come by these days. No, not you, Parks. Nope. All righty, try one on. One more. 754885. 754885. This is not good television. How about we not draw any more? Let's move on with our business, and we'll do 2 at the next one. All righty? Very good.
Thank you, Mr. Adjutant. At this time, I would like to allow a special presentation regarding a groundbreaking training and job opportunity program for veterans and their spouses from Salesforce. Please welcome Jim Deal to the stage to expand on this wonderful program for veterans and spouses.
Good afternoon. My name is Jim Deal, and I'm a proud member of the Salesforce VetForce Executive Committee. If you didn't know, Salesforce is the #1 customer relationship management solution and the fastest growing enterprise software company in the world. Equality is one of our core values, and VetForce is our program to increase the number of veterans in cloud computing careers. At Salesforce, we not only hire veterans and their spouses, but we also invest in military talent to support our customers. With VetForce, we hope to meet the growing demand for Salesforce ecosystem talent while impacting these larger issues, increasing diversity, inclusion, and equality in the technology sector, helping to connect the military community with employers who may be unfamiliar with military services, providing a forum for Salesforce employees to engage with the military community and share the mutual culture of volunteerism. VetForce is the Salesforce Job Training and Career Accelerator program for military service members, veterans, and their spouses. Through our online community, we connect virtual learners to free training, classes, and career opportunities within the Salesforce ecosystem. The classes offer comprehensive content ranging from Salesforce basics to civilian business skills, all with the intent of connecting learners to the opportunities within the Salesforce ecosystem. Careers on the Salesforce platform are distributed around the globe. They are established in industries as varied as manufacturing, non-for-profit, healthcare, technology, and more. Salesforce certifications are globally recognized and follow you wherever your career may lead. For service members, veterans, and their spouses, think of VetForce as your home base for Skills Up. It's fully mission capable and ready to support you with flexible, self-paced online training, a community of fellow learners, test prep and certifications, and a network of employers looking for people with your military-based values and new Salesforce skills. VetForce is free resource for veterans, military service members, and their spouses. Take advantage of it and use it to launch or accelerate your careers. For employers, VetForce is the source for Salesforce certified military talent. The VetForce community is a growing talent pipeline for their Salesforce needs. Working with VetForce can increase their competitive advantage by adding military values and discipline to their team. For veteran service organizations and non-for-profits, you can help by spreading the word about VetForce and supporting learners as they progress through their certification journeys. VetForce in Indy has 3 core pillars: veteran promotion and outreach, educating recruiters, and volunteering. In FY17, the VetForce in Indy created and chartered an executive committee, participated in Operation Hire a Hoosier Veteran Employment Fair. We also participated in raising $1,500 for the Hendricks County Honor Guard. We established partnerships with the state of Indiana, the VA, the USO, the American Legion, and the Hoosier Veteran Assistance Foundation. Currently, there are 243 veterans enrolled in the Vet Force training. In FY17, we will also be participating in the Indiana Black Expo, Indiana's 4th annual Salute to Veterans golf outing, sponsored by the Pat McAfee Foundation, How and Why to Hire a Veteran Summit in 2017, and the USO of Indiana's 4th annual 5-Star Gala. I want to thank you for your service to veterans, and have a great convention. Thank you.
Thank you for that presentation, Jim. We thank you for coming today and taking the time out of your busy schedule to share this special training program with our members. The next guest I would like to introduce is the Deputy Executive Director for the Indiana Sheriff's Youth Ranch, Scott Minier, to talk about the developing program location for the Youth Law Cadet program. Scott?
Greetings from Indiana sheriffs across our state, including your sheriffs. They are meeting this weekend. I'm kind of on a fast horse. They're meeting this weekend in Muncie, Indiana, up in Delaware County, with their state convention. And from here we go to Columbus, to Bartholomew County, to join the 4-H students for their 4-H fair this evening. So we're kind of on a fast horse going from one end of the state to the next, talking about a new project that your Indiana sheriffs are dedicated to building, and that is a permanent site for our youth leadership camps, which we've been hosting for the last 38 years. Recently, I was contacted by a former colleague of mine from the Marion County Sheriff's Department, Mark Golian, from Speedway Post 500 here in Indianapolis, and he told me about a national initiative that you as Legionnaires we're undertaking, especially here in Indiana, about a cadet law enforcement program for high school students. Our summer camps, which we've been hosting, as I say, for nearly 2 generations, have been for middle schoolers. And so this fills a gap between middle school and college or law enforcement careers, perhaps as an MP in the military. And so we met at Ben Davis High School recently. We put together, I presented what we've been doing. You guys presented, the Legion presented what you wanted to do, and they asked, "What do you think we should do?" And I said, "I think we need to join forces, rather than bump heads and basically compete with for the same kids on the same type programming. Let's join forces." We're building out a new permanent Indiana Sheriff's Youth Ranch in West Central Indiana, about 45 minutes from here, in beautiful Clay County. It's a 62-acre property with 3 lakes. It's going to have 10 cabins. Our capacity as we open will have 100 students and 20 counselors. We will have a lodge, a stable, baseball, basketball, softball, swimming, kayaking, canoeing, fishing. But in addition to that, they'll go through leadership training. They'll be learning about cyber crimes, bullying, drunk driving, substance abuse, all kinds of different things. So our focus has been on young people who want to grow up to be sheriff's deputies, police officers, and state troopers, and also at-risk kids, kids who, without your help, without our help, would not otherwise be able to go to a summer camp. The new partnership between the American Legion and our Indiana Sheriffs, the Law Enforcement Youth Cadet Academy, will fill a very important need. Indiana currently needs to recruit and mentor and train 13,744 full-time law enforcement officers just to sustain our current strength in our communities, to make and keep our Hoosier hometown safe. And that's why what you folks are doing in partnering with your Indiana Sheriffs, with our Indiana Sheriffs Association at the Indiana Sheriff's Youth Ranch is so important. I know that you have a lot on your agenda. I just want to encourage you to stop by the booth out here and pick up some information about this new mission of the American Legion and your Indiana Sheriffs. It's got information about the qualifications, the curriculum, the duration, the application process, the basic requirements to attend, and the cadet academies. We hope to get this underway. We're building right now. You're going to be in good partnership. I just got back from Gibson County. Does anybody hear from Gibson County, Posey County, Vanderburgh County, that neck of the woods? Just got done meeting with Toyota. I think they're going to sponsor one of our cabins. Vectran, I believe, is going to sponsor one of our cabins, but I believe, knock on wood, if you guys sell your gun raffle tickets, and we sell enough truck raffle tickets out there, we're going to be able to put the American Legion on the first cabin at the Indiana Sheriff's Youth Ranch. The Indiana Sheriff's Youth Ranch begins with you. Thank you for your help and support.
Thank you for that presentation, Scott. We thank you for coming today to share this developing youth program with our members. Those who have visited the potential site have had nothing but good things to say about the proposed property, and we are all very enthusiastic about this program. At this time, I would like to call on past Department Commander Larry Lowry for some very special presentations, the 2017 Distinguished Service Awards.
Thank you. The Department of Indiana seeks to recognize those Legionnaires who have contributed significantly to the organization through their service to the American Legion and the state of Indiana. As your immediate past department commander, it's my privilege to chair the selection committee, and I can tell you there's no easy task to decide who best deserves this honor. The Department of Indiana is proud to recognize 5 outstanding Legionnaires with the highest honor we can bestow, the Distinguished Service Award. As I call the names of those individuals whose service is to be honored here today, I would ask them to join Commander May down front as I tell the audience a little more about them. The information I'm going to read are simple summaries. These are just some highlights of their service to the community, state, and nation, outside of what is read. The 2017 Distinguished Service Award winners are as follows. Our first recipient is Joseph J. Comenda, Post 186 of the 11th District. Joseph Comenda is a 29-year American Legion member of Post 186. He earned his Legion eligibility during World War II. Joseph has served Post 186 in many offices, including Adjutant and Finance Officer from 2002 to 2012. Joseph has been on an active delegate in the 11th District for more than a decade and has served on a Department Girl Scouts Committee since its inception as the 11th District Chairman. As the 11th District Chairman for Children and Youth and Girl Scouts, he has been responsible for the recruitment of multiple Girl Scouts and Educators of the Year at the Department Convention. He has successfully mentored and encouraged multiple post members to become active delegates and alternates at the district and department level within the organization. In addition to his service in the American Legion, Joseph is extraordinarily active in his local community, serving as a Community Crime Watch organizer, and has served as his church Sunday school superintendent for more than 10 years. Thank you, Joseph. Our next recipient is Ralph Perez, Jr., Post 508, 1st District. Here he comes. Ralph Perez is a 43-year member of Post 508 in East Chicago. He earned his American Legion eligibility in the United States Air Force during the Vietnam era. During his 43 years, he has held most positions at Post 508, He also served as post commander for 9 consecutive years, being his overall total of 15 years as post commander. Ralph has also held multiple positions at the district level, including vice commander, membership chairman, executive vice commander. In 2004, was elected as commander of the 1st District. In 2008, he was appointed as department membership chairman. He continues to faithfully attend post and district meetings, conferences, and conventions, and has participated on various committees at all levels. Our next recipient is Kenneth C. Hilton, post 464, 9th District. Kenneth C. Hilton is a member of the St. Joseph Post 464 in St. Leon. He has dedicated more than 4 decades of service to the American Legion. He has earned his eligibility while serving in the United States Army during Vietnam. He has served in several offices at the post, including post commander and membership chairman. He has also held several offices in the district level, where he was elected to the 9th District Commander in 1996. He was appointed National Commander's Representative for the National Children and Youth Commission in 2007, and for nearly 8 years, he has been the Veteran Service Officer in Ripley County. Hilton retired from the United States Postal Service after a 33-year career, December 1st, 2006. Hilton has served as chairman for all 4 Department of Indiana commissions, which led to his election as department commander in the 2014-2015 command year. He also has been a member of the Department Strategic Planning Committee and currently represents the department as a commissioner on the Indiana Veterans Affairs appointed by the governor of Indiana. Commander Hilton also took office at a time of tremendous change and uncertainty for the members of the department and staff. His stewardship of the organization, his calm and reassuring demeanor, and his quiet confidence made a difference between a demoralizing end and a bright new beginning. And for that, we thank you. Our next recipient is William Stam Gatewood, post 502 of the 2nd District. A 47-year member who earned his eligibility while serving in the United States Marine Corps from 1967 to 1970 and served a tour in Vietnam. Stan is a member of Post 502 in South Haven, Indiana, where he is a life member. He served as post commander in 1984, 85, and 86. He has also held multiple district office positions. He served as the Department Northern Vice Commander from 2004-2005 and Vice Chairman for the Employment Committee. He is also currently serving as the Department Boy Scout Committee Chairman, where he's held that position for the last 9 years. Stan is very active in serving his community and has been a board member of the White County Food Pantry since 2006. Our final 2017 Distinguished Service Award recipient is Homer Loudermilk, post 122 of the 10th District. Homer Loudermilk gained his eligibility through honorable service in the United States Army from 1965 through 1968 and continued his military career into the United States Army Reserve, retiring with the rank of Master Sergeant after 22 years of service, including military activation during Operation Desert Storm. His American Legion career has been one of dedication, particularly in the realm of membership. Early on, his expertise was considered invaluable, where his efforts at the American Legion Post 122 led to an all-time high in membership for nearly 10 years. He worked tirelessly to recruit new members and retain them. The post even attracted veterans from the areas surrounding Union County. Homer's belief in membership growth served him well as he worked his way up the ranks to the 10th District, enabling him to lead the district as a 100% membership chairman in a year when a 10th District American Legion family also gained 100%. In 1999, he became the 10th District Commander, leading the district once again to a 100% year. In 2008, he was elected to the office of Department Vice Commander, and he mentored newer officers, encouraging them to build on the momentum he helped create along the way. Homer has served the 10th District nearly 30 years in every capacity where he was needed, constantly offering advice and encouragement to the newcomers as well as the officers. These outstanding Legionnaires have an impressive record of service in a variety of post, district, department, and national offices. And by their service, they have brought great credit upon the Department of Indiana. Of the thousands and thousands of fine Hoosier Legionnaires of the department in our state's history, few Legionnaires have been given a Distinguished Service Award. We are pleased to include these new honorees among their ranks. Please join me in showing our appreciation to these Distinguished Service Award recipients. Commander, this concludes my portion of the program. Let's go. I want to thank you and the entire department for allowing me to chair this committee, and good luck to everyone next year.
Thank you, Commander Lowry. Those Hoosier Legionnaires truly embody the spirit of service to their community, state, and nation. They inspire us all to work hard and achieve greatness. Thank you to the Distinguished Service Award recipients. At this time, we will have the initial report of the Department Convention Committee on Resolutions. Here to present the report is the chairman of the committee, Jerry Jordan.
I'm supposed to thank Commander May, but thank you, Rich. The Convention Committee met on resolution assignments at 9:00 a.m. Friday, July 14, 2017 in Salon A of the Indianapolis Marriott East Hotel. The meeting was opened in proper form by Jerry Jordan. Terry Smith was appointed the recording secretary, and again Jerry Jordan was elected as the chairman. There were 9 members present. Districts not represented were the 6th District and the 7th District. There were no guests. The committee considered no resolutions, and there being no further business to come before the committee, the chairman adjourned the meeting in proper form at 9:10 a.m. Mr. Commander, that completes my report of the Convention Committee on Resolutions. Thank you for allowing me to serve.
Thank you. Thank you, Jerry. We'll now call on the chairman of the Legislative Committee, Danny Rice, for his report. Danny.
The Convention Committee on Legislation met at 9:30 a.m. Friday, July 14, 2017 in Salon D of the Indianapolis Marriott Hotel East. The meeting was opened in proper form by temporary chairman Danny Rice. Thanks for volunteering me for that. Darrell Hansel was appointed recording secretary, and Danny Rice was elected permanent chairman. There were 11 members. All districts were represented. 0 guests, 0 resolutions. There being no further business to come before the committee, the chairman adjourned the meeting in proper form at 9:35. Mr. Commander, that completes the report of the Convention Committee on Legislation. Thank you for your opportunity to serve you.
Thank you, Danny. Appreciate it. We'll now have a report from the Rehabilitation and Children and Youth Committee. Please welcome to the podium Tim Connors. Tim.
Thank you, Commander May. The Convention Committee on Rehabilitation, Children and Youth met at 9:30 Friday, July 14, 2017 in Salon 3 of the Indianapolis Marriott East. The meeting was opened in proper form by temporary chairman Tim Connors. Bruce Steffen was appointed recording secretary. Tim Connors was elected permanent chairman. There were 8 members present. Districts not represented were 3, 9, and 11. No guests. There are 0 resolutions. There being no further business to come before the committee, the chairman recess the meeting in proper form at 9:32 or 9:38. Mr. Commander, that completed the report of the Convention Committee on Rehab, Children and Youth. Thank you for the opportunity to serve.
Thank you, Tim. Appreciate it. Thanks for your hard work. Thank you. The report of the Trophies and Awards Committee will be presented by Ron Orden. I'll mess this up. Heads, I guess. Please welcome to the microphone. Hit me with that cane, buddy.
It's Ron Ortelhide. Thank you, Commander May. The Convention Committee of the Trophies and Awards met at 9:30 a.m. Friday, July 14th, 2017 at Salon 2 of the Indianapolis Marriott Hotel East. The meeting was open in proper form by the temporary chairman, Ron Ortelhide. Larry Dent was appointed recording secretary. Ron Ortelhide was elected permanent chairman. There were 11 members present. There were 0 guests. There was no resolutions. There being no further business to come before the committee, the chairman adjourned the meeting in proper form at 9:40. Mr. Commander, that completes the report of the Convention Committee on July 14th. Thank you for the opportunity to serve.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Please welcome Jim Tracy, Chairman of the Americanism Committee, to the lecture for his report. Jim.
Thank you, Commander. The Convention Committee on the Americanism Commission met at 9:30 this morning on July 14th in Salon B of Indianapolis Marriott East. Meeting was opened in proper form by temporary chairman Jim Tracy, and Larry Macy was appointed recording secretary. Jim Tracy was elected permanent chairman. There were 11 members present. All districts were represented, and there was 1 guest. We had no resolutions to consider, and there was no further business to come before the meeting. The chairman recessed the meeting in proper form at 9:35. Mr. Commander, completes my report. Thank you for allowing me to serve.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Jim. The report of the Constitution and Bylaws Committee will be presented by Roger Hilligoss. Roger.
Thank you, Commander May. The Convention Committee on Constitution and Bylaws met at 9:30 a.m. Friday, July 14, 2017 in Salon C of the Indianapolis Marriott East Hotel. The meeting was opened in proper form by temporary chairman Roger Hilligoss. John French was appointed recording secretary. Roger Hilligoss was elected permanent chairman. There were 10 members present. Districts not represented were District 4. There were 2 guests. The committee considers 0 resolutions. There being no further business to come before the committee, the chairman recessed the meeting in proper form at 9:35 a.m. Mr. Commander, that completes the report of the Convention Committee on Constitution and Bylaws. Thank you for the opportunity to serve.
Thank you, Roger. I'd like to call on Adjutant Bagley to give us a report on the future national convention being held in Reno, Nevada this year. Deadline for registration and housing is Wednesday, July 19th.
Thank you, Commander. It looks like it's going to be a pretty interesting, exciting time at the National Convention. Our delegation is scheduled to be housed at the Grand Sierra Resort and Casino. This resort includes, but is not limited to this, these are the things that we know available for you right now: 50 lanes of bowling, 2-screen movie theater, mini golf with miniature golf, go-kart track, a driving range, RV parking, and this is the best news of all, Walmart's within walking distance. The rate for a room at the Grand Sierra Resort and Casino is $89 plus tax and fees. I'm not sure what the total is because I don't know what the tax rate is out there, but that's it's well within the ballpark and considerably less than we have experienced in the last few years. The commanders, the commanders convention party will, I love this name, will feature a magician whose name is Justin Possible. I don't make this stuff up. The cost of the magic show, the interactive magic performance as he wanders around, and dinner is, as the staff tells me, going to be in the range of $60 per person, but that has not been established. Keep in mind that this resort and casino is 3 miles from the convention center. There are going to be regularly scheduled shuttle runs sponsored by the national organization, not by the department, from the hotel to the convention center and back. We consider this to be very affordable. It's interesting that at this point we have already registered 75% of our contracted rooms, which is really good. It means we have a pretty good turnout scheduled, or people planning to come. You still have 4 days, 5 days. The 19th of July is the date, not later than which we must submit a final housing. Attrition, if you understand hotel lingo, means that if you don't hit that percentage, you have to pay the difference, the number of rooms that you don't use. I don't think we're at risk for that. Another reminder is that Lake Tahoe is about an hour and a half up the mountainside. It's an absolutely beautiful place. I don't know that there are any officially scheduled travel or trips, but you will have many opportunities to take advantage of the nearby Lake Tahoe. It's a beautiful place. Mr. Commander, that completes the report on the convention.
Thank you, Adjutant Bagley. I'll now call the chairman of the American Commission, Jim Dobby, to the stage to announce our post-Americanism awards. Jim.
Commander, delegates, alternates, honored guests, at this time it is my privilege to announce the winners of the Department Americanism Awards. Each of these winners has demonstrated their dedication to the ideals of the American Legion and the Department's Americanism programs. As the winners are announced, a representative of the post should come forward to receive the award. If there is not a representative present, the district commander should come forward. The first award we present today is the Post Blood Donor Award. This award is presented to the post that participates the most in a blood donor program at their post over the last year. This year, the Post Blood Donor Award goes to 7th District's Burton Woolery, Post 18. Would a representative of Post 18 please come forward at this time to accept the award? Thank you, Post 18, and we encourage all posts to continue or get involved in a blood donor program to help save lives. The Byron Wagner Award recognizes this commitment and is given annually to an American Legion post for its outstanding performance in community service during the year. This year's recipient of the Byron Wagner Award is the 7th District's Burton Woolery Post 18 in Bloomington. I would like to ask the post commander or a representative of the post or district to come forward to accept the award from the commander. Our next award will be presented by Chaplain Norris Kern.
The American Legion, since its founding in 1919, has operated on the principle of service to God and country. The Four Chaplains Award honors the personal sacrifice of 4 men of God during World War II and recognizes the post's contribution to the principles of the 4 represented. The recipient of the 2017 Four Chaplain Memorial Award for outstanding service to God and country while supporting the principle of the American Legion is 7th District's Burton Woolery Post 18 in Bloomington. Would a post representative please come forward and accept this award?
Thank you for that presentation, Chaplain, and congratulations again to Post 18. Keeping in mind that a strong and secure nation is the greatest assurance of a 100% Americanism, the American Legion has established our National Security Award. Jay Hilliard, Chairman of the National Security and Foreign Affairs Committee, please join the Department Commander on the lower platform to present the awards. The Colonel Frank R. Casa National Security Award is presented to the winning post for its overall national security program as documented by newspaper clippings, post bulletins, and a scrapbook on national security. The winner of the 2017 Colonel Frank Casa Award goes to 7th District's Hanson McPhee Post 61 in Shoals. That's it. Commander, at this time I would like to announce the outcome of our annual golf tournament. The following winners will receive their trophies at the fall conference. The tournament champion is Jim Snyder, Post 73, with a score of 142. Jim is also the SAL winner along with the Silver Eagle age 65 to 74 winner. The Golden Eagle age 75 and over is Noble Hanger from post 73 with a score of 161. The senior winner, age 55 to 64, is Alan Juergens from post 65 with a score of 155. The past department commander winner of the Lowell Sullivan Memorial Award is Ed Trice from post 313 with a score of 182. The post commander winner is Ed McDuffie from post 355 with a score of 173. The father and son team of Gerald and Kevin Hastings from post 89 won with a combined score of 322. The team winner was Brownsburg post 331, consisting of members Frank Ivanchik, Michael Vanderploeg, Ralph Kelly, and Robert Levichek Sr. with a combined score of 611. There was no district commander award. Award trophies for these winners will be presented during the 2017 Department Fall Conference. Commander, this concludes the Americanism Award presentations. I appreciate the opportunity to participate in such a meaningful way in the department's annual convention. Thank you for the privilege.
Okay. Thank you, Jim, for your good work, and congratulations to all the 2017 Americanism Award winners. At this time, I ask Southern Vice Commander Rich Brown to assume the chair as I step out momentarily for some greetings.
Thank you, Mr. Commander. Next up is a hard-working consultant for the Legionnaires Insurance Trust, as he brings us up to date on the many benefits of this longtime partner of the Department of Indiana. Please welcome past Department Adjutant Mike Ayers. Mike?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you, Commander. Thank you, retiring Adjutant Trust Director Hugh, Legion family members, guests one and all. Thanks for including the LIT, the Legion Insurance Trust, in your annual convention meeting. Most of you know the trust was formed in 1966 for the sole purpose of helping departments with funding for veterans activities and youth programs. Indiana joined the program in 1991, which kind of coincided with my first year of adjutant, but I really didn't have much to do with it. It was the finance committee that saw the light and the money down the road. You should be very proud of yourselves, because this past April, Mr. Bagley, your trust director, attended the trust directors meeting in Orlando. He learned about new programs, about promotion activities, and he received a check that you helped because you purchased the cancer program, the Med Sup, the emergency accident program. A percentage of that premium comes back to the department. You owe yourselves a round of applause, because you accepted a check in April to the tune of $99,175, and we thank you for that, sir. Even better news, in the 26 years that you've been in the program, Indiana is one of the few groups in this particular club. You have earned a total of $3,130,286, and we applaud you for that. It's a great effort. As you know, we're always talking about the free accidental death program. It still is going on. We know the word free scares people, but we pay your premium when you sign up. Only 22% of Hoosier Legionnaires are in the trust program, or in the accidental death program. Comparing with Iowa at 40%, Wisconsin at 39%, we have some work to do. I have a booth out here. We can sign you up tomorrow morning on those iPads. If you think you're already in the program and not sure, you can call the 800 number in Arizona. You'll get to talk to a live American who speaks English. We won't ship your call overseas. And they can tell you if you're in the program. If you're not, they'll sign you up. As you know, we pay $1,000 to your beneficiary if something tragic happens to you, leaving a church, a Little League game, etc. If something happens to you leaving a Legion-sponsored event, heaven forbid, a department convention, we would pay $5,000. Yes, the auxiliary is eligible. Yes, the SAL is now eligible, and we'll address that with them tomorrow. Right here, I have several pages, listings of every post in Indiana and how many of your members are signed up. So if you stop by, I can tell you. And some of you are doing a great job as post members, post adjutants, at getting our people signed up in the accidental death program. So I won't take much more of your time. I know you've had a number of speakers today and more to come, but I want to take a point of personal privilege, if I might, to, on behalf of the LIT, thank Hugh Dagley, who served as your trust director during most of his tenure as adjutant. In his honor today, I wore my old department adjutant's pin. Someone said, why is there not a diamond in it? I said, back in the 90s, we couldn't afford diamonds like they can today. But I wore it in his honor because we're very grateful for the things he's done, how he's promoted the programs, how he's worked closely with us and you at the post level. And we say thank you to him. Now, it's at this point, you might expect that we would present a sizable check to you for his contribution. Not going to happen. Perhaps the keys to a new car. That ain't happening either. I thought about a Walmart gift card for the Walmart in Reno as a possibility. I even tried to talk the bosses into 2 nights at a cheap motel in Beach Grove, but they said no to that too. So all we have is our thank you for the job that he's done. We appreciate it. He's been a good friend a long time. Hope he'll continue to be. So join me in thanking Hugh for his service. In closing, I want to thank the commander who stepped off to bring some greetings, but I want to thank him for his great year. I know he's had a lot of fun. He's ready for a little rest and relaxation, but most importantly, we thank you for including the LIT in your annual convention meeting. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thanks, Wes. I heard that was quick on that.
Thank you, Mike. We look forward to continuing this partnership for years to come while promoting your great services to our Legion family members. Next up, I would like to call on Department Communications Director John Crosby for a presentation and a few words about the volunteer opportunities available to help raise funds for important department programs. John?
Thank you, Commander Brown. I'm going to give you guys a report here, an update on our IMS partnership. Recently, the Indiana Legion partnered with the Indianapolis Motor Speedway to provide volunteers to scan tickets, usher fans, work the stands, long hot days out there during the Indy 500, during the Brickyard, and the upcoming Red Bull airplane races. For those volunteers, IMS pays $92 a day per volunteer to IVETs. And so we've had the opportunity to sign up as many volunteers as want to come until they fill up as many as they need. I think we had something like 25 for Indy 500 when we just launched it in April last conference. I'm happy to say the Brickyard, we're already full of volunteers on that one. We've got 80 volunteers for that, so that's potentially $8,000 raised for IVETs there. The airplane race is still open if you guys want to volunteer. Tim's pulling it up here. You can see it on the screens on either side. You guys can register on the website. Just enter your information there on the bottom left and pick what dates you want to sign up for. We'll start really trying to raise some interest early next year before the Indy 500. It's a great opportunity to go out and enjoy the track. Grand Prix, Indy 500, Carb Day, all those exciting days out there at the track. I'm not going to lie to you, it's a long, hot day out there to volunteer, but it's worth it. $92 for veterans. That money stays right here in Indiana and helps Indiana veterans that are in need. Other than that, those volunteers that do sign up, like I said, $92 per volunteer. We provide $10 in track bucks, get them lunch. Water's provided by the track. And we've developed a new pin. It's a large pin, IMS volunteer pin, kind of a play on the Wheel and Wings Indianapolis Motor Speedway. It's not the Wheel and Wings, but it's a play on it. But I think it's a pretty neat pin. There's only 500 so far, and so only those volunteers that have gone out there so far have that pin. So I'd like to see you guys wearing that pin out there here later this year. I'm going to introduce here Kirk Dooley. Kirk Dooley is actually a retired Marine and a Legionnaire at Post 145 Avon and operations director at the track. He's the one that made this opportunity available to us. So here's Kirk Dooley.
Well, hey, thank you very much. And again, thank you for the opportunity just to come back up here and say thank you. We had a phenomenal season thus far already out there at the track for the month of May. I think it's a great program to give, our ability to give back to the community for what you guys do. And obviously, as John had highlighted, as a retired Marine, this is especially special to me to be involved with this partnership and hope to keep it going. As he had pointed out, we still got folks coming out for the Brickyard. It's going to be plenty hot out there for this one, that's for sure. But what I'd like to also highlight is next year. So we've already cut a check, which I don't have one of those big ones. I guess the best I can say is checks in the mail. Next time I'll probably bring one that's bigger. But for next year, for May, I mean, we did 3,000 already with a relatively small number of folks. Let's maximize that and I'll come back next year and bring one for 20,000, for 30 or 40,000. It's not that hard when you look at the strength of membership that we have out there to join forces to be able to bring back and have this very, I think, efficient fundraising opportunity. So again, very proud to be part of this with John. He's done phenomenal things. What he's done with that website, it really caught some attention at IMS, so you're going to want to hold on to him. So he's doing great things for you guys in that regard. So again, thank you for this opportunity, and hope to see you guys out there. I think we got John McGee back there somewhere, so I'll see you on Thursday night. So thanks a lot, folks.
Thank you, Kirk and John. I love the idea of the volunteering program and the ease of registering online. I'm really looking forward to continuing these partnerships in the future, especially thanks to those Legionnaires, their families, and supporters who participated in this volunteer program and gave of their time to help veterans in need. Please visit indianalegion.org for more information. And at this time, I'll turn the gavel back to the commander.
Thank you, Rich. I'm pleased to call a good friend who has served us well as the department membership chairman this year. He and I have been an outstanding team, I think, this year. And I'm pleased to call to the platform membership chairman, Herb Hoffman. Herb.
Good afternoon, Legionnaires. This is always the fun part for me at any convention. So, Mr. Commander, before I begin presenting this year's awards, and you're going to present them, I want to personally thank all the Legionnaires throughout the state who have contributed to our efforts this year. Every member of Indiana American Legion can be proud of Commander May and the efforts to make Indiana a better place for all our veterans. Now for the first award. I would like to begin this year's Post Awards with one in honor of the late Jack Butler, who at the time of his death was our alternate National Executive Committeeman. The award, reflecting Jack's lifelong, untiring effort on behalf of the American Legion, recognizes the post with the highest percentage of retention of members as compared to the prior year's close of books. They have performed phenomenally, and we couldn't be more proud of their work this year. The 2017 Jack Butler Memorial Award goes to American Legion Post 212. Would a representative please come up to accept the award on behalf of the post? Thank you so much, Post 212. Great work. The next award is the Ralph F. and Robert E. Gates Memorial Award, presented to the post with the greatest percentage of increase in membership over its previous four-year average. This year's award, again, goes to Post 510, 11th District, with a 273% increase. Would a representative please come up to accept this award from Post 510? Ladies and gentlemen, Post 510 has made some really big moves in membership over the last few years, and we could all use some of the tactics they use to gain members in their post. Congratulations, Post 510. Each year, the Richard S. Kaplan Award is presented to the post which secured the greatest number of new members, as certified with department headquarters. This year's recipient of the Kaplan Award is Post 331, located in Brownsburg, with a total of 70 new members recruited. Congratulations, Post 331. The goal of every post in a department is the attainment of an all-time high. The Donald W. Haynes Memorial Award recognizes the post in the department which attains an all-time high in membership for the highest number of consecutive years, recognizing a powerful 69 consecutive years of growth and all-time highs. The 2017 Donald Haynes Award again goes to St. Leon Post 464 in the 9th District. They'll tell you they're my role models. I want to grow up just like them. And now for the district awards. The first award we will be presenting is the Commander's Achievement Award. The first award goes to the 6th District Commander, John Klepfer. Under John's leadership, the 6th District chartered Adam Brown, Post 208, at the Putnamville Correctional Facility, and the Chancellor E. Kiesling, Post 306, at the Plainfield Correctional Facility. Thanks for all your hard work, Commander. 2 good starts. The next recipient is 8th District Commander Kirk Pfeiffer. Under Kirk's leadership, the district chartered Post 62, located in New Washington, Indiana this year. And thank you for your work on that, Kirk. That was a good job. We also recognize the largest squadron in the detachment for the SAL. I would like to invite the SAL Detachment of Indiana, Commander Joe Schulteis, to join the commander on the lower stage for this presentation. For the 19th consecutive year, ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big hand to Squadron 253 of North Webster with 623 members. Would a post representative come forward? Congratulations, and we hope to see you up here again next year. And congratulations to the SAL Detachment of Indiana for another all-time high this year. Great work. At this time, we would like to recognize the top 10 posts in the department based on their total membership as of close of books. Would a representative from each post please come forward to receive the top 10 award as the post is announced? In 10th place, Post 72, Crawfordsville, with 693 members. In 9th place, Post 331, Brownsburg, with 715 members. In 8th place, Post number 9, Madison, with 722 members. In 7th place, Post 44, Newburgh, with 748 members. In 6th place, Post 252, Greenwood, with 752 members. In 5th place, Post 500, Indianapolis, with 762 members. In 4th place, Post 64, Indianapolis, with 862 members. In 3rd place, Post 253, North Webster, with 924 members. And in second place, Post 11, Lafayette, with 1,088 members.
They told me to wear a green one, but don't pay attention to Julie. He's running a baseball tournament for us today, and a new commander. Everybody meet our new commander for Post 11.
And in first place, Post 18, Bloomington, with 1,262 members. Let's all give another round of applause to all these posts. They've worked hard to maintain their positions. The next awards are presented to posts reaching an all-time high. This year, for at least the 5th consecutive year, every year, posts throughout the state strive to maintain the lofty goal of all-time high in membership. The attainment of at least 5 consecutive all-time highs is especially meaningful. This year, 3 posts qualified for these citations, and I'm proud to call a representative of each post forward to accept the award. The qualifying posts are St. Leon, Post 464, 69 consecutive years. Mooresville, Post 103, 19 consecutive years. Floyd's Knob, Post 42, 13 consecutive years. Good job. The next award is the Roscoe Turner Award. It is presented to the district commander with the greatest numerical increase in membership over the last year. This year's winner of the Roscoe Turner Memorial Award is 11th District Commander Tim Elson. Tim, come on down. Good job, Tim. At this time, I would like to announce the winners of our membership incentive programs for the districts. And now the district with the largest percentage of increase that exceeded 100% membership as compared to 2016 close of books. At the end of it all, the 11th district, they were the only district that gained more than the previous year. So come on up here, Tim, and claim $1,000 prize for the 11th district. I'm proud of all the districts who worked so hard this year. I know we can have an even better year next year with getting new members into our Legion posts. At this time, I would like to announce the winners of the top 3 districts for the close of books turn-in. As I call your names, please come to the lower platform to accept your award. Please hold your applause until all are introduced. In 3rd place, 6th District Commander John Klepfer will receive $400. In 2nd place, 7th District Commander Gina Owens will receive $600. And in 1st place, my good friend, Commander Lori Bowman will receive $1,000. Let's give him a round. Hard work. And as I traveled throughout the state this last year, these guys were in posts when I would just show up and they didn't know I was coming. So hard work pays off. Let's give them another round. For the first award, the national organization has established the Silver Brigade as a way to honor other successful recruiters who are working their way to the top. This category requires members to recruit 25 to 49 members, and they have to be turned in by May 19th of the membership year. This year, one Hoosier Legionnaire reported membership success in the range to department headquarters, having recruited 31 members by the May deadline. Please give a nice round of applause to our Silver Brigade recruiters. Ron Byerly from Post 200 in the 8th District. Bryce Hullett, also from Post 200 in the 8th District. And finally, we have Steve Hicks from Post 18 in the 7th District. Let's give them another round, folks. There are a few Legionnaires who go beyond what is expected in membership. These Legionnaires take the extra step by asking everyone they meet to join our great organization. By doing so, they earn the distinction of being members of the Gold Brigade. To qualify for this elite group, a Legionnaire must recruit at least 50 new members into the American Legion before May 10th of the current card year. This year there is one Hoosier Legionnaire whose name will be renewed on the roster of the Gold Brigade. Receiving the Gold Brigade for 2017, I will present this to him as our commander. Once again, James B. May from Post 18 7th District, 21st consecutive year. I just made the comment to the commander, you know, you can panel your whole family room with these things. He's got that many of them. I'm proud of him and proud to have him for my district. With that, the Department of Indiana Recruitment of the Year Award is what every member should strive for in his organization. Membership is our lifeblood, and it is what we need for a strong veteran family, presence in our communities, representation when it comes to veteran-related issues in legislature to serve our community. With each Legionnaires spend countless hours talking and visiting with their fellow veterans, telling them about the benefits of belonging to the American Legion. Among those dedicated workers is one Legionnaire who has signed up more new members than any other Legionnaire in the state. He is this year's Indiana American Legion Department Recruiter of the Year. Please welcome again your American Legion Department of Indiana Recruiter of the Year, your very own Department Commander, James May. Congratulations, Commander. Certainly leading from the front, ladies and gentlemen. The man is in the field. Commander, this concludes the presentation of the membership awards. At this time, however, with your permission, I would like to add a final membership report to the record. And with that, I'd like to read the district numbers, and we'll know where we need to go next year. In first place, 10th District with 5,827 members as of June 30th. Second place, 6th District, 7,797 members. Third place, 7th District, 8,328 members. Fourth place, 4th District, 8,884 members. Fifth place, 2nd District, 9,044 members. Sixth place, 11th District, 5,383 members. 7th place, 8th District, 7,529 members. 8th place, 9th District, 6,220 members. 9th place, 3rd District, 5,628 members. 10th place, 1st District, 3,762 members. And 11th place, 5th District, 6,238 members. Department totals, 77,424 members. So with that, I thank you, Commander.
Thank you.
It's been a good year working with you.
Gillian, right here, ain't it? Okay. Okay. At this time, I call the chairman of the Internal Affairs Commission, Mark Gillian, for the purpose of announcing the Public and Community Relations Awards. Mark?
Commander, fellow Legionnaires, each year the Department of Indiana, through its PR committee, sponsors competition among our Post newsletter editors for the best publication. We seek to honor the men and the women who work to ensure that their members are informed and that their Post programs and policies are well read and understood. We do so by presenting the Wayne L. Talbot Award. We recently acknowledged the growth of technology in the communication industry by reducing the number of categories from which our award can be selected, and recognizing that all publications are published on computer desktops these days. Our categories are simple: small Post category 500 members or less, or the large Post category 501 members or more. Newsletters are judged on a number of criteria, including compliance with accepted formats, neatness, cleanness of the layout, and the use of photographs, and the proper use of art and graphics. Other considerations including the reporting on statewide and local programs, the coverage of Post activities, news versus gossip, editorials, and other articles that serve to motivate Post members. This time I'd like to call on Jerry Ward, the chairman of the Public Relations Committee, if he could please join the department commander on the lower level platform to present the award. I will now announce the winners. In the small Post category, the award goes to the 11th District, Broad Ripple Post 3. Will a Post or district representative please come forward to accept this award? Congratulations. In the large Post category, the award winner is the 7th District, Burton Woolery Post 18 in Bloomington. Would the Post or district representative please come forward to accept the award?
Congratulations to the two posts, and everyone keep up the good work informing our members and nominations alike about the positive work we do. You're supposed to stay, Jerry. I would like to remind everyone that telling the American Legion story is not an option. It's our duty. Publicly and our promotion builds membership. It establishes goodwill and provides a real service to many veterans who otherwise might never have the idea of how we support their best interests. Would Emily Longnecker please come forward?
Well, tonight, 3 Hoosier teenagers believe they were brought together for a specific reason this summer at a statewide conference sponsored by the American Legion.
The young men are talking about the life-or-death situation they face, and Eyewitness News reporter Emily Longnecker tells us what they learned because of it.
This building was the first Legion headquarters.
2 months ago, the young men you see walking around Indy's American Legion Mall were complete strangers to one another.
Letters from home, all that stuff.
Today, they share a bond, an understanding some their age may not yet realize, that life can change in an instant.
I'm thankful that I get to wake up every day and go see my friends and go to school.
That might not even be the case, though, for 18-year-old Cole Walker, had he never met Josh Walston and Sean Batcha.
Without them, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
Nothing about their meeting at Hoosier Boys State, a week-long American Legion conference in June to study government, seemed out of the ordinary. That all changed on day 3, during a softball game.
And we were coming into the dugout, and I told my counselor that I felt dizzy, and I just collapsed.
I honestly thought he was just passing out because he was dehydrated, because it was hot. But within a few seconds, it was pretty evident that that wasn't the case.
They didn't know it at the time, but Cole was in sudden cardiac arrest. He would later learn 90% of people don't survive it.
I thought that if we don't do anything, this kid's gonna die. Just told everybody to stand back, and Sean said he was a lifeguard, so I just asked for his help.
Josh, a cadet on his local fire department, started CPR.
Your hands work way faster than your mind. You just do what you're trained to do.
When EMTs got there,
They were surprised that Cole was in as good of shape that he was in for the severity of his condition. Most folks don't survive this.
Cole spent the next 10 days in the hospital recovering. He has an internal defibrillator now, in case his heart stops again.
If my heart stops again, then it'll shock me back and it'll start it again.
Doctors still aren't sure why it stopped in the first place, but Cole hopes to be back playing sports soon.
I'm just going to live a normal life, the life I would have lived before.
A life Cole knows he has these two to thank for.
I definitely feel like this is an orchestrated event. I feel like I was put in the right place at the right time, and I feel like God's really used Josh and Sean to save my life.
A life at just 18 years old, Cole realizes is precious and not to be taken for granted.
There is a purpose for my life, and I'm going to try to fulfill that.
Emily Longnecker, Channel 13, Eyewitness News.
Emily, what a great story. As for Cole, he is thinking of going into the ministry. Josh plans to take an EMT course. In fact, the American Legion gave him $1,000 to help cover the cost. As for Sean, he wants to study engineering. All three say they plan to stay in touch. Good luck to all of them.
Emily has been a... Emily has been a reporter for WTHR in Indianapolis since 2007, and as you just saw, she featured that story about the boys from Boys State last year. We thank Emily for her coverage of such a positive story about these brave teens attending our program last summer. Emily has received numerous awards, including 4 Emmy nominations, 1 Emmy Award, and her work has also been recognized by the Society of Professional Journalism. Emily, would you like to speak? Or you can come up here, whichever you'd like.
Hi. Thank you so much. It is a great honor to receive this 4th Estate Award. I was so surprised. I found out about it last week, and so thank you. I'm honored to be here. This especially touches me because I have a heart for veterans. Both of my grandfathers served honorably in the United States Army in the European theater during World War II. And I'm also the daughter of a United States Marine. Yeah, right? Who served in combat during the Vietnam War. So I am intensely proud of my father's service to his country. He was only 19 years old when he left his home in Pennsylvania to serve in Vietnam, and I really believe, and I tell him this all the time, that I think it shaped him into the man, husband, and father he became for our family. And I told him I was receiving this honor today, and he was really proud too. He was excited for his kids, so he thanks you as well. I've worked in the local media here for 9 years, and I've certainly covered my share of stories with difficult endings. Just this week, some difficult stories, but this story, as you saw, had a great ending, and it was wonderful. And 3 young men attending Hoosier Boys State as strangers last June, and when they walked away, they were lifelong friends because of this life and death experience that brought them together. They learned what it was like to step up and do what needs to be done to serve their fellow man. And as you saw, one of the young men went into sudden cardiac arrest, and the other 2 jumped in and gave him CPR and saved his life. And those 2 young men, they really stepped up to the plate and did what they needed to do. And that is something that I think anyone who's served in this country's military knows a great deal about. And this nation is grateful to all of you for that service and for that sacrifice. Lastly, I'm proud to receive this award because I am a proud member of the Fourth Estate, the Free Press. And at a time when members of my profession have been attacked and called an enemy of the American people, I would submit to you that it is not unpatriotic to question our leaders or our lawmakers. It is not unpatriotic to hold them accountable for their words or their actions. It is our duty as members of a free press in furtherance of our great democracy, which you, our veterans, and our military have fought so hard for and died for. Thank you.
Thank you. All of us in the Internal Affairs Commission urge all posts to communicate and work with their local news organizations and to keep their eye out for those members of the Fourth Estate who help tell our story. Several years ago, we established a special award to recognize the accomplishments and outreach of the American Legion post in their community. This award has become one of the most prestigious and meaningful awards we give, not only because it recognizes efforts to serve the community, but also because such effort from the most solid underpinning of successful membership programs. Those posts that compete in this competition are among the best, and the winners are truly outstanding. As Mr. Ward takes his seat, thank you very much, sir. I'd like to call on Eric Baggett, the chairman of the Community Involvement Committee, to please join the commander on the platform. We will present these awards in 2 categories: posts with fewer than 500 members and posts with more than 500 members. And we have winners in both categories this year. As I announced them, I would like for the post commanders or representatives to join the department commander on the lower stage to accept these awards. The winners are in more than 500 member category, 7th District, Post 18 in Bloomington, And now the winner for the less than 500 member category, the 9th District, post 337. Once again, let's give these Legion posts a big round of applause. Thank you, gentlemen, and congratulations. Commander, this concludes my portion of the program, and I want to thank Commander and the department for allowing me to serve as the Public Relations Chairman this year.
Thank you, Mark. Keep that. Thank you also, Eric, for the work you've did on this committee. Let's give these posts a big outstanding applause for the hard work and congratulations for what they did. This has been a very busy afternoon, and we're at the end of today's session. I ask your cooperation to ensure the maximum participation at tomorrow morning's general session, which begins at 8 a.m. We'll be conducting the memorial service first thing tomorrow morning. Be sure to be there. We have an extremely full schedule to complete tomorrow, and we look forward to the busy, productive Legion Day. And now our department adjutant will conduct the prize drawing and convention announcements.
Stand here with me, if you would, Commander. We got a last-minute addition to the agenda. I believe that I had made Jewel, who is chairman of our junior shooting sports program, also a outstanding member of the National Junior Shooting Sports Program, is going to conduct the drawing of the pistol that was raffled in support of the junior shooting sport program. So Ida Mae, you and the commander can do the honors. The winner is Rich Block, 999 West County Road, 8005 in Madison, Indiana. Does anyone know Rich? Why don't you let him know he's the big winner? All righty? That's up to you. Do you want the district commander or some other representative to come up and?
Yeah. Could the district commander or that?
That'd be 9th District. Here, Commander, go ahead and give him this to go with it.
I'd like to thank everyone that took those tickets home with them and sold them. We did a great job, and thank you very much.
Just a couple of real quick announcements. Apparently someone stopped by the headquarters office sometime during the lunch hour and used one of the computers. There's no problem there. The problem is that that person inserted a white flash drive. And when that person was through doing whatever that person was doing, that person extracted a white flash drive, but it was not his or hers. It belonged to the office, and there's some important data that we need to grab hold of. So anyone who used the computer, all I want to know is, can you return our flash drive, please? And we'll give you yours. The other announcement is that the Children's Education and Welfare Fund meeting will be immediately following the adjournment of this meeting in the Patriot Boardroom. So if we put it on the screen out there, but if you see anybody you know who's not in here, tell them that meeting will reconvene. Mr. Commander, that's it for now. Let's do the drawing. The number is 754687. 754687. Don Con, have you got the ticket? Why don't you come on up here and get your bucks? We didn't have a winner in the earlier ones. Here we go. Give it to him. And get his ticket. Now, we didn't have a winner during the first drawing. Commander, you were away. Let's try one more and see if we can't give another 50 bucks away. The winning number is 754766. 754766. You got that? Well, come on up. See, the commander's your lucky charm.
Oh, man. Only you.
There you go.
Give him a hand. Please rise and uncover as Department Chaplain leads us in prayer. Chaplain Kern. I will get out of the way this time.
Let us once again be in an attitude of prayer. Eternal and gracious God, we ask your heavenly benediction upon our assembly as we go forth to fellowship in our casual assemblies and to travel to various events this evening. We ask for a safe journey. Bring us safely back in the morning that we may continue our convention. And as we pause this evening, we are mindful of the Gold Star families, the families of prisoner of war and missing in action, these persons across our country, our state, who know the ultimate sacrifice of freedom. We ask your blessing upon those families. Bring us forth tomorrow that we would continue to give you glory in all that we do. For it is in your divine name that we ask and we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain Kern. With the colors being in place, hand salute. 2. This session of the 99th Annual Department Convention stands recessed until 8 a.m. tomorrow, and we'll begin the Department Memorial Service. Thank you for your patience. You want this? You want to take that? I see the bell now. It's down underneath there. Yeah. If you think they're going to tear this thing down, you want this back?
I don't want that.
Okay.
Hey, yellow.
Gotta go worth the bottle that.
I just put it back in there. Okay. Okay. The back of my fist there, someplace. That's what I do. But I'll tell you what, it gets to really be kind of impressive when you ask, and finally they just reach across the table, snatch
I'll let the post get that. I'm going to have a time